allies of Black Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson are set to push for a corporate tax hike in Springfield. The proposal includes raising the corporate income tax, taxing digital ads, and increasing the personal property replacement tax. And philanthropist Mackenzie Scott has donated $38 million to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, bringing her total gifts to the HBCU to $58 million in 5 years. The university says the donation will fund student aid, faculty recruitment, mental health services, and classroom upgrades. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
If someone asks,
Yeah!
let them know you listen to WBOK.
Here we go!
The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Whoa, now. What's happening, good people? What's going on with you? How you doing? Hoping everything is all right. Hope you had a great weekend. It's hard to say, but it's Monday. It is. It's Monday. Boy, yesterday was an interesting day when we started talking about the weekend. We saw the Saints lose again. Everybody's like, oh, Gerod, you know, this is a trial year. Yiddy. This is a trial year. You got to give them a chance to figure out who's going to be the quarterback. And it's like, all right. Y'all keep on with your trial year. That man been in the business for a long time. He young, yes he is. But what we gonna do? Too many Saints folks are saying, wait a minute, hold up. This taking too long. It's taking too long. But we saw them lose, 23-3. And then after that shocker, no, it wasn't really a shocker, but after that, what else you saw? You saw the LSU coach get fired. I'm like, well, I'll be damned. Brian Kelly, out the door, yo. Out the door. Well, what kind of mess is that? And then they saying he just didn't have the swagger for the LSU folks. The swagger. Kind of swagger he need. Win or lose. And won. Ain't no in-betweens, is it? You knew he was gone when the folks in the crowd had left.
No.
And then they out there chanting.
You knew he was going to be gone when the crowd started chanting "Fire Kelly," and you could hear it on the television.
Yep. Well, they filmed them doing it. They had the cameras on the folks doing it. Fire Kelly. Fire Kelly. I was like, damn.
Yep. I'm just curious how they are reacting to their interim head coach being black.
Well,
that's what I want to know.
I don't think they're going to have a problem with it. I don't think they would have a problem with it. I mean, because he was one of the coaches anyway.
No, but he's head coach now. They don't care about assistant.
Nah, he's not head coach. He interim.
Interim, but he's still running it.
I don't think they're going to have a problem with it. I mean, and then look at your team, you know. And then they fire him and give you an interim coach right before the Alabama game. Oh, Lord, before the Alabama game. Yes, daggone deed. I was saying to myself, and here we go, yo. And here we go.
So what's the scenario?
Yo, hip-hop is coming through, boo. Yo, hip-hop is coming through.
You should know better than saying song lyrics around.
And here we go, yo. And here we go, yo. So, I was trying to figure out how people feel about it. How are they feeling about I think more so than anything else, how are they feeling about him being fired? Because it's only been what, 3 years, 4 years? But the problem that I got with it, well, maybe I need to reflect on that before I say the problem that I have with it, because I don't have any skin in the game. None. I'm thinking more so than anything else, how the folks are feeling with having to pay out that $53 million. Before they can hire a new coach, they got to figure out. If I'm Brian Kelly, you know what I'm saying? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. Adios. Sayonara. And every dialect you could probably, every culture, and every dialect that you could possibly think of. Why? I'm still going to get paid. I'm getting ready to get my share. I don't think he's going to get the whole $53 million, but I'm getting ready to get paid. I think I want to take a year off. What you going to do? I'm going to go traveling. Where you going traveling? Who cares? I got $53 million. Can somebody please pass the Grey Poupon? Because that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going traveling. I need to take a year off. And then I'm just going to go traveling. Oh, I got to tell you, Wick, I'm doing a live broadcast. Also on my Instagram. For those who want to go to my Instagram, you can go to my Instagram too. I'm also doing live broadcast. Can you think about that, though? If somebody told you, you know what? We're going to let you go. Even though that you under the contract. We still going to just let you go. Like, for real, though? Yep. See you later.
Bye-bye.
I'd be going out the door, skipping. They'd be like, something wrong with Troy. He's skipping.
I just got paid out my contract.
I'm getting ready to get paid.
My bank account is like, woo-woo.
They and you don't have to do nothing. What you gonna do? I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna get ready to grab the wifey, and we gonna go somewhere. I don't know where yet, but it ain't gonna be around here. See ya.
I'm going to sit down by the lake, sip me a Crescent 9, and watch the pretty colors.
Now, if you got that, I'm competitive, and, you know, I'm supposed to be, I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and I need to be, you know, employed. Okay. That's on you. But I'm looking around and saying to myself, self, what your pocket saying? I'm full, baby. I'm full. I'm full, baby. I'm full. Did you, it looked like you got, oh, you know, they say the boys be sagging. Be sagging. What you sagging for, old man? I'm sagging because my pants is full. My pants is full. So everybody was, to me, now this is my personal opinion. You got to weigh in on this one, Wick. It looked like everybody was happy that he was being fired.
Well, yeah. He was losing. They don't want losers.
We're not supposed to do that, though.
And that's the way society is today.
But we're not supposed to be standing out in the stadium going,
Well,
fire Kelly.
yesterday, Saints fans were ecstatic that he put Shuck in. And Shuck didn't do any better. That kind of shut them up right then and there.
Did you say shuck them up?
Shuck them up.
Da-dun-da-dun.
Yeah. Shuck shucked it up.
I can't say that too fast because I've been in cussed. He shucked it up.
He shucked
But
it
you
up.
know what I want to say. He really just did what? He it up.
Just remember, when you start hearing that term around the city, know where you heard it first.
Yeah, okay. But I got to the point now where I'm looking around and saying for Louisiana football, we have too many gifted, talented young men around in our, I would say in our state or states that surround us, whether it's Texas, whether it's Louisiana, whether it's Mississippi, Oklahoma. We got a lot of talented young men, and the majority of them, and this is not, this is not being biased, racist, or anything else except for what it is. We have a different build, and I'm meaning young black men, than any other culture that can take them hits, deliver them hits the fastest that you want to be. Receivers, linemen, we could even call them big bucks because that's what they are. Than any other culture. When are HBCUs going to even get into the game of playing and getting these young men to come to their schools? Or will they? Because I was looking around and I was judging. Yes, I was judging. I was judging what Class Division I schools pay their coaches compared to what HBCUs pay theirs. Oh my God. That's what it made me say. It made me say, oh my God, there ain't no comparison. It really is not. It's not a comparison. Average HBCU coach makes over 200,000. Average Division I coach makes several million. I'm like, what? Yep. Average HBCU coach makes just over a little bit of 200,000. Average Division I coach makes several million. I could actually go in and be a specialty coach, line coach, quarterback coach, defensive coach, special team coach, and make more than the head coach of a HBCU. That's disturbing to me. I don't have to have my head on the line as the head coach, but I still can make more than a head coach at a HBCU. That should be disturbing to a whole lot of people, but it's not. It's really not. Well, you got to look at it, Gerard, and, think about it that they got all these different sponsors now, and all these D1 schools got all these different, ways to raise money. They got all these folks that graduated from the school that are multi-million-dollar folks, and their families. They got legacy. I'm like, okay. So we don't have no rich folks that graduated from a HBCU. We don't have any legacy families that went to HBCUs. We don't have endowments. Well, we don't have endowments like the D1 schools. Plus, they got all these different folks that's going to do this. I mean, if it wasn't for Deion Sanders, they wouldn't have got that new field at Jackson State.
Yep.
Now think about stuff like that, They got a new field at Jackson State because of Deion Sanders.
They got a whole bunch of upgrades because of Deion Sanders.
Right. But that's disturbing to me. I mean, look at Colorado State now. They all their games sold out.
Ooh, and they got slaughtered the other night.
They did.
Boy, halftime. Before halftime, I think it was like 40 or 48 nothing.
Damn.
Before halftime.
At halftime.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
They're throwing in the flag. No mas, senor. No mas.
Well, I'm looking around and saying to myself, Sif, it's about time, and I think this is something, too, that we need to consider that has happened this year. This year. Out of all the years of football, it happened this year. I think it's about time that some of these universities consider hiring a lot of these retired NFL players, former players. Give them shots at coaching some of the lines, and seeing some of them. We don't see enough of us as coaches in any form. And I'm not just talking about head coach. We might see one or two on the team. But are we really seeing that we get the shot that we deserve coaching? I would say no. I would say no anyway. But that's another story for another time. Well, what was everybody talking about this weekend? Were they talking about LSU the way they got slaughtered? Yeah, for a minute. But what was everybody talking about this weekend, man, that was so important that everybody had to talk about it? Was it politics? Nope. Was it football? Nope. What was it something that happened with this administration? Mm-mm. What did Trump do? Mm-mm. Well, what was everybody talking about? Versus. Bruh.
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 Everybody was talking about cash money and no limit during verses.
You know what's
in
the
Las
funny
Vegas.
thing? I had not one bit of interest in it.
Not one?
Not one.
Nothing?
Nothing.
It didn't make you go, that's our people.
Nope.
Nothing?
Nothing.
What's wrong with you?
Just didn't have interest in it. To me, that versus is a few years too late. They should have had that years ago when it was still relevant.
They're relevant?
Where?
You don't think they're
In
relevant?
Timbuktu?
You don't think they're relevant?
Man, you don't hear nothing about anybody saying, oh, cash money, no limit. You don't hear that anymore. Back a few years ago, yeah, it was all about them. Played all their tracks. Loving them.
Well,
But now it's like, man, it's a little bit late now.
I don't think so. I don't think it's late. You know why? They done grew up. They got old. Because you know, back in the day, you couldn't put them together
No, not
on
at
the
all.
same stage at all. When we was in the Superdome, we had to put one end of the dressing rooms on one end of the Superdome and the other end of the dressing rooms on the other end of the Superdome. Well, no putting them together. No, getting on stage together? Yeah. They would have called the National Guard for real.
Honestly, the only person that I still see active or doing anything is Mia. She's the only person. And then from No Limit, from Cash Money, Juvie. Those are the only two that are still in the public eye.
Mia X turned it out.
Oh, I know Mia rocked it. I know she rocked
won MVP.
Mia been cold since I've been knowing her when she was
So why
working
you
at
saying
Peaches
she
Records.
ain't relevant? What's wrong with you? Even Brandon talking about you on here. You better read what Brandon
Hey,
said.
I could care less what Brandon got to say.
Yeah, they relevant. Bro, that's history. That's legacy. All that. And you play it. Make them say,
Man, I can't tell you the last time I played that record.
Let me hear you say, Nah.
The one song I still play from Cash Money, from No Limit, is Down. I can't say the whole title, but Down for My Homies. And the party goes on, me X. That's but the only two records I still play.
Well, I need you to throw something else in there. How you do that there?
Man,
Well, that's the jam.
Can't tell you last time I played that.
They put that on somewhere, bro. Next thing you know, you see everybody throwing it up. How you do that there? How you do that there?
How do you do that there?
You put that on. Bruh, come on now. Or you try to tell me that if you put on I'm Down for My Hitters.
That right there, you put that on, as soon as people hear dun 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 dun, boy,
right. That's No Limit.
You better call, and I said you better call the security to the dance floor because there's going to be a fight.
What 50 and 60-year-olds you be playing to?
They still get rowdy.
They don't be fighting.
I can tell you, boy, I've had a part where I played Get the Gat, and I was like, oh, I played the wrong song.
Oh, that's back in the day. Right. Who you need to be playing for? Who you playing for? That's what I need to. You
people
need to
that's
know your,
people that's our age.
Audience.
They get rowdy. They still can get rowdy now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's take our break here. We'll take our break. We'll come back. Have some more conversation. Take some telephone calls. Who would you think won?
I would say most likely No Limit won. Most likely. Because
I got more to tell you about it in just a minute, though. More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
Trying to grow your business or increase traffic to your location? We can help. WBOK 1230 AM has a number of solutions that will meet your individual needs. Give one of our consultants a call today at 504-582-9420 or email us at info@wbok1230.com. And remember, an investment with WBOK is an investment in our community. Call today.
Wake up your taste buds at Inner City Brews and Bistro, home of the one-of-a-kind peach cobbler pancakes. Start your day with our soulful breakfast favorites. Then come back for bold cocktails and those oh-so-good Creole flavors that always hit just right. In the heart of Tremay, every bite feels like home. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. and find us at 1401 St. Bernard Avenue. Inner City Brews and Bistros, uniquely New Orleans, deliciously unforgettable.
Hi, this is Cary Grant. Let's elevate every Tuesday through Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we discuss the community, the country, and the world, from politics to current events and sports. We look forward to your input and continuing the quality programming on your community station, WBOK. Join us every Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. on Elevated Conversations, the Arnie and Cary Show.
The NAACP New Orleans branch invites you to our 2025 Freedom Fund Banquet and Awards Ceremony, a night to uplift and celebrate. Join us Saturday, November 1st from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Xavier University's Center Grand Ballroom. Through your support, dollars fund scholarships, youth programs, and vital community projects. It's keeping the struggle to preserve civil rights current and vigorous. For tickets and information, call 504-460-7765.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Saints of God, it's time for us to tell you the truth. It's time for you to start your 21-day challenge. Don't take another day. Do it right now. Call 504-701-4711. That's the whole water store, Pastor David Impartan Sr., the host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. This is the water that's designed to change your body, the way you think, the way you act, and the way you look. Why don't you start your 21-day challenge today? For $35, you can start it right now. Call me so we can set up your appointment. 504-701-4711. That's 504-701-4711. Change your water, change your mind.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
He points at me right when you say that.
My timing is impeccable.
Yeah, it is. It very much is.
That was really good.
All right, folks, welcome back to the program here. Gerard Stevens with you. And she's here.
Hello, folks. It's Dr. Shepard.
Dr. Shepard is in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm having a Monday.
You having a Monday?
I'm having a Monday.
I heard you was enjoying yourself at the Versus.
Did you check it out?
I heard reports that made me had to go back and watch it. I didn't know it was happening when it was happening. You know how I be at work. You know how I be working so much. You know how I'm always working, G.
I thought you'd be all up in there. I was waiting for my text message.
I didn't even know. People called me after the fact and was telling me about it. But I went back and I looked. I thought Mia X did a phenomenal job.
Mia X
Ooh.
turned it out.
Ooh.
As a matter of fact, I was about to call her.
Ooh.
But I said I'd wait till you got here.
Okay, yes. We could call her.
Then we're going to call Mia
Mm-hmm.
and talk to her about what had happened.
How it went down. Mm-hmm.
Because she turned it out. I think she did get MVP.
I don't know about that. I haven't gotten it that far. But I saw her performance, and she definitely owned that stage.
And, you know, Mia has always been a force.
Yeah.
When it came to spitting out some rhymes. And if you know her personally, she's that way. She's a force. She's not
Beautiful
one of them.
person.
Beautiful person, and she's always got somebody else's back.
Oh, yeah.
She's always thinking about how can she serve, how can she do something for the community. She loves what she does, and she does what she loves.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be inside a CESIS organization with her. She's part of the people who are with the New Orleans Commemoration Foundation that helped us to be able to get the holiday, the local and state holiday for Hurricane Katrina. So it was officially Katrina Day on August 29th, 2025. So she was a part of that, and I'm sure she's been a part of that movement for all of the years beforehand. At number 19, she did the press conference and everything. Did such a wonderful job. When I met her, I was like, my mom always loved you, you know, and my mom was older, so she didn't know her from rapping, but she knew her from, you know, all of the struggles that she had, all of the ways that she supported people, the fight that she had with her health, and so much more, her fight with cancer that she won. So, like, I mean, she's just always been a force. When I told her, I said, my mama love you, she said, everybody, grandma loves me. Everybody tells me their mama and their grandmas love me.
Yeah.
You know, so, shout outs to her.
Let's take some calls. Mac!
Hey, what's going on, man?
You the man, brother. How you doing?
Oh, man, I don't know about all that, but I'm doing pretty good. I was calling in, man, from what you were starting off with about Brian Kelly. Bro, that dude should have never even been hired as LSU coach. But the reason one of the main reasons LSU hired him was because their last two coaches were, you know, such horn dogs behind younger women and everything. And that was part of the downfall and why they were let go at LSU. And so they wanted to bring in a guy that they felt had a little bit more of a moral character, especially coming from a school like Notre Dame where, you know, you can't play around like that. So I think it was like a knee jerk hire with them hiring him. And yeah, they needed to hire somebody with a little bit more swag because in this day and age, you need a guy who can relate more to those younger people. And he didn't. And then another thing, another problem he had was he was somebody who always threw his players under the bus. And if it hadn't been for Jaden Daniels falling in his lap, per se, he probably would have been gone a couple of years earlier than he was gone.
Mm.
But Jaden Daniels basically saved his job for a couple of years. Nussmeier has nowhere near the talent that Jaden Daniels has, and as soon as you get behind him and rush him real hard, he's gonna throw the ball all over the place and everything. And I think the players got, and then he's known, like I said, again for blaming his players. And I think the players have basically given up on, playing for him. Now the new coach that they got, Frank Wilson, he won't unless he can beat Alabama and win out the rest of his games. He won't be the next coach. But I tell you what, they better do. They better do everything they can to keep him. They better do everything they can to keep Cortez Hankton, and they better do everything they can to keep the secondary coach, because those guys are the main reason that LSU gets the players that they get. Remember, Brian Kelly had the one of the top-ranked classes coming in for next year, but it wasn't because of Brian Kelly. It was because of Frank Wilson, Cortez Hankton, and the I don't know why I can't call that brother's name, but they all have ties to New Orleans. Of course, Frank Wilson is a graduate of St. Augustine, so is Cortez Hankton.
Mm-hmm.
So they know the state. Those three guys know the state, and whoever they bring in, they better try and pretty much tell whoever the coach is, say, man, if there's any way able you can keep these guys, you keep these guys, because they're going to be the backbone to your recruitment. So, and that's pretty much all I want to say about that. But yeah, he should have been gone, man. Like I said, if it wasn't for Jaden Daniels, he'd have been gone.
But ain't we wasting money on him like this? With you
got
automatic payout of $53 million.
That's just the nature of the beast, man. You got to give these guys, when you bring a guy from these big time programs and you get them to come to your program, in order to get them guys, you got to give them big buyouts. If they don't get those big buyouts, you're not gonna be able to get them. Now the other way they could go is go with a guy coming from a smaller school like a John Summerall from Tulane, but I doubt that's going to happen because LSU think they're too much above Tulane to take a Tulane coach. But, if they could get guys coming from those non-power top, like
they gonna get the guy
if you're not
from Ole
bringing in
Miss,
a guy
man.
from the Big Ten or the SEC or some of the ACC schools, you're gonna have to pay those guys those big buyouts. But when they come from a smaller school, the buyout won't have to be as high. But that's just the nature of the beast now, man.
I don't know what do you call a big buyout? Isn't that the same thing they had with Les Miles?
$50 million is a big buyout.
Yeah, it's the second highest buyout in history.
Yeah, but
for a college
think
coach.
about it like this here. When Saban was coaching, you would have to pay him a big buyout just to leave Alabama. And that's how they get these guys. That's how they're able to get them. They guarantee them so much money. And if you fire me, unless I go out there and do something crazy, off the wall, like the gambling scandal, like they got in the NBA right now. If you get caught doing something like that or something, that's morally corrupt, they can just get rid of you and they don't have to pay you that buyout. But if they just fire you for losing games and stuff like that, you got to pay that money to them. That's just the way it is. So
that's one of the purple, right?
That's what any program, any big time program, most of those coaches have a pretty large buyout.
Mm-hmm.
And see, he came from Notre Dame. You got to realize you brought a guy. Notre Dame is really considered one of the top jobs in the country, and you bring in a guy from one of the top jobs in the country. You got to guarantee him something on the back end to keep him there. Now, the longer he coached, the lower that buyout went.
Yeah.
It got so.
Well, I definitely will be skipping out of there today, saying goodbye.
Well,
See ya.
I mean,
53
think about
million.
it.
Now he's not going to get
The
the
guy,
53 million. He's not going to get the
remember,
entire 53.
what's his name, Orgeron, when they told him, "Oh, hey, you don't have to coach no more, and we're gonna give you his buyout was, I think, about 16 million." He said, "Where do I sign?"
Right.
And went on out the door. So hey, that man,
Would
that's a great gamble. It's a
you trying
win-win.
to tell
Either
me
way.
that you're going to pay me $16 million to leave?
Yeah, I'm gone.
And I'm out the door.
See ya.
I
I'm
got
gone
bigger
too.
fish to fry.
What's
So
that?
50
What is
so-
and Brian Kelly? What's that? 800,000, 900,000 a month?
Something like that.
I should have been a coach. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, fellas, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. And,
All right, Matt.
Doc, congratulations on your new appointment.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
All right, man. You got a new appointment?
What is he talking about? He talking about for the 16 million? I should have been a coach.
I know you got a new appointment. That's why I'm looking at you like, you didn't tell me?
No.
You
I don't
got
have
16
any-
million?
No, I don't have. I mean,
I'm just letting you know right now. You get 16 million. I ain't even calling you Doc no more. Wifey.
I knew you was about to start. I knew you was gonna start.
Can I get you some water?
I knew you was gonna start.
Donald. Donald? Did we miss him? Donald, we missed you. Call me back. What you say, wifey?
I don't have it yet, G.
You ain't got it yet?
No.
I'll wait.
Say, girl.
I'll wait. Ain't no problem. You want some water?
You so silly.
So, might have a couple of floaties.
I'm okay. I appreciate the sentiment.
So how was your weekend? I didn't ask how your weekend was.
My weekend was really good.
Because I know you're usually busy doing something.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm gonna. Did you stay out of trouble?
Why? There was some trouble I should have been in this weekend.
You told me last week that you weren't gonna be in trouble, so I'm just trying to figure out. I didn't follow up. Did you stay out of trouble? Oh Lord.
There is no official trouble
Official.
that you should know about. That's how we'll say that.
For some reason, I do not believe this in total.
Well, I should say this. I should say that over this weekend, over at Malik's Community Center, the Gwanji and Hollywood Community Center, we commemorated Rochelle Cinque McGee, one of the longest incarcerated political prisoners who passed away not too long ago, maybe about a year or so ago. And they held a ceremony for him, and they went to go put his headstone on the grave. And so I was honored to be able to play a part inside of the festivities. And then, and that's the official end of that story. And
you weren't
and
in trouble then. You did something good.
Yeah, I did great work building with people in my community. So
very good.
Better than what you thought I was gonna do, huh?
Donald.
Yeah, bro.
What's going on with you, man?
LSU got an outside foundation that help pay the salary of the football player.
That foundation that they have has multi-millions of dollars in it. They call them boosters.
I would be mad if I was a student paying tuition.
What?
Because they can afford to do things like that, but I have to pay big dollars for tuition just to go here, as opposed to them being able to use those dollars for the benefit of their students. I would be mad if I was a student.
But the sports program at LSU, and if I'm not mistaken, somebody can call and tell me this, but I think the football program, it actually serves as an anchor for many of the other other programs over there that don't get that type of, I guess, boom.
Yeah,
And it provides scholarships.
Usually it provides scholarships for other athletes.
Right.
But for a
No,
coach to be able to walk away with 53 million,
but football programs bring money to the university too.
Yep.
Help when the university raise money from alumni. That's where all that money comes from, the big alumni. And they set up our, but other schools do the same thing. That's the way they set up a non-profit alumni foundation for the football team.
And that's multi-millions of dollars.
I agree. I understand that. But you talking about him walking away with 53 million.
If
He
they-
just got a payout
But you got to
for
think about
53
You
million.
got to think about something. If they can pay 53 million,
Well,
imagine how much money they're bringing in.
That's
Penn
what I'm
State-
saying.
Penn State football
That's what I'm saying.
coach was fired. The black coach at Penn State,
Uh-huh.
they had to pay him $50 million now. So I'm telling you that those big schools got them foundations, they got the money.
Yep. And
You know?
and how you think they got a 100,000 person stadium?
Okay,
But
could
they're
you,
paying it over 6 years, Jay.
Right.
They're paying it over 6 years.
So that's less than what, five to $10 million a year?
About $8 million a year.
Probably about $8 million a year.
okay, could you then help me to understand something, NG?
Mhm.
Because I'm going to try to make sure I say this the correct way. Sometimes when I think about people walking away from like a corporation like Walmart, I think that the poor workers at Walmart are only making $7.50 an hour, whatever, bare minimum, okay? And someone is able to take away this very huge bonus. Let's say they give their CEO a $53 million bonus. Let's just say. In my mind, I would think that those $53 million should have gone to the workers, right? That in some ways, the theft of labor, in some ways, the theft of labor is then creating the wealth for someone else. So to what extent do we consider that the $53 million is not of the coach, but rather of the players or the workers? Because the success of those programs is still dictated on them having talent. So is that a factor? Because I know at one point they were able to use their own likeness to get money.
They
so
still
like,
can.
So right, so they are able to use their likeness to receive money. But to what extent is the 53 million that he would walk away from part and parcel of the money that should go toward players who are actually on the field?
So I don't think that that's a factor at all.
That's outside money.
Right.
Most of it.
Exactly.
You
So-
see, when they decide to fire him,
Now they got
that
the NIL
foundation
money.
is the one that's coming up with the money.
So you got
Okay.
now you have NIL money. The coach is trying to recruit you if you have a talent that he wants you to be a part of that team. And to recruit you, he's going to give you NIL money.
Stop that. They're trying to go to the Congress and trying to stop that money for the students, the football players and stuff. The schools, some of the schools can't hang. They don't have the money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in big colleges, you know.
Well-
And them kids go moving around. If one college don't pay them one thing, they go to another college if it's pretty good.
Yeah, they get in that portal.
And I don't blame them, you know. Their body's in jeopardy. And a lot of times they get injured, and that lifetime injuries, you know.
So are we living in a world now where it's okay to accept money for play for kids? What is you? I mean, I know what the law is with the NIL money, but everybody's okay with it? Because it don't sound like everybody's okay with it. I'm just saying. Asking for a friend.
They're saying in NIL money, but when they go to them people's houses, the people want to know how much money my son gonna get. So it really is the schools giving them the money.
Yeah.
Schools
Right.
got some alumni that's helping them get the money.
And imagine how much money they just got sitting there waiting for through foundations, through boosters, all this money. You come in as a millionaire.
Wow.
But Jay, at one time, before they got the NIL money, they couldn't even go work in the summertime.
And couldn't get 2 dinners from the student union. Couldn't. 'Cause that's called a gift.
One old player said when he was in college, they had money to buy a pizza.
Yeah.
You know, and they were playing big time football.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But, the stars got money under the table. You know.
All right, Dono.
All right, Jay. All right.
Appreciate you much,
Talk to
boss.
you.
All right, talk to you
Thank
later.
you.
All right, y'all, we got more coming up in a minute. Get in on the conversation, 504-582-9422. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram.
We there, y'all.
We there, too. All right, if you're trying to find the Instagram, you can go to mine, Gerard Stevens, GerodStevens. We got more coming up, y'all. Hold on.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the front porch, y'all. You know how we do every Monday. It's Moving Monday.
And Tuesday is Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, the station you listen to.
All day long.
A message from the community scientist. Do you live or work in St. James, St. John, St. Charles, Ascension, Calcasieu, Baton Rouge, or St. Bernard Parish? You may be exposed to harmful chemicals like phthalates, BPA, and flame retardants found in everyday products but linked to serious health risks. That's why the Community Scientist, a program of Rise St. James, brings you clear, science-based facts that protect your health and our environment. Stay informed, stay empowered. Visit risestjames.org today.
Parents, mark your calendars. Benjamin Franklin High School invites you to their open house Thursday, October 30th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Katherine Johnson campus. Discover why Franklin is a state leader in Ivy League admissions, with 90% of students earning college credit, over 50 clubs, and more than 40 electives to choose from. Come see how Franklin has been fostering futures since 1957. Don't miss it. Benjamin Franklin High School's open house, October 30th, 5 to 7 p.m. Learn more at bfhsla.org.
You've got responsibilities, but that doesn't mean your dreams are on hold. At Southern University at New Orleans, our evening and weekend college is designed with your life in mind. Finish your degree, start a new one, on your time, your degree, your schedule. No excuses, just opportunity. Visit suno.edu and make your next move today.
Uptown, downtown, wherever you are, keep it locked in to WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, we back. We back. Hey, everybody, it's Dr. Shepard here. Gerard just ran out for a moment, so I'm manning the station currently. Okay, I get a chance to talk about what I like to talk about, okay, which is I want to get your opinion about this government shutdown. We are on day 27 of the federal government being shut down. And I've heard it called the second longest shutdown in history. And it doesn't seem like it's about to let up soon. Okay. And I need to know, how are people feeling out there? What is it that you all are thinking? Remember to hit the line. It's 504-582-9422. I have Don on the line. Don, what you got to say?
Hey, Dr. Shepard. I wanted to talk about the NIL thing, but I'll shift gears since you want to talk about the government shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, me and I guess certain church members were just talking yesterday about the fact that it not only does it seem like it's gonna not end real soon, but I think he's gonna feel a lot of dire consequences going on because of what the shutdown is. I was talking to my brother and he was telling me about certain stores around the country. I think he mentioned it might have been a Walmart or some type of grocery store where people are coming in and stealing stuff out of the stores and running around because they don't have the SNAP benefits that they were supposed to be getting.
Yeah.
And I think a lot more chaos is going to be occurring in the upcoming few weeks because people are going to get so desperate that they're going to be doing things that they normally wouldn't do because of the situation of the shutdown. And I heard I guess a few hours ago they were talking on the news about certain people that are working for the government and calling in sick because they don't have any way to pay for their kids to be, I guess, taking care of after school care and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Or don't have gas to put in their vehicles because they don't have paychecks that they would normally get. And, it's gotten to be a situation where we don't really know over the next few weeks what is going to occur, but it can't be anything but bad. We've gotten to a point now where, the government, because they're listening to Donald Trump and saying that, they're going to be steadfast and wanting to put the budget through like it is, they feel that, they can blame the Democrats and everybody else except themselves for what's going on.
So, Don, there's a, I can remember probably last week, there is a Instagram.
I can't hear you, Gerard. Speak up a little bit.
Turn my mic on. Where?
Oh.
Can you turn my mic on?
Oh.
Thank you, bro.
You disempowered Gerard.
I know, he just took my mic off and everything. When he
You
turned me
took
on.
his voice away.
Yeah, I can hear him now.
He's rude.
I'm sitting up there trying to tell him he ain't even looking at me.
Yeah,
I'm
you was
busy editing, my friend.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, there's an Instagram with this young man that is on it, and he's basically telling everybody, yeah, I don't know when everybody gonna start looting the stores. I don't know when everybody gonna get out and start robbing and stuff, but I'm not up to date. So somebody call me and let me know. And he was serious.
I can imagine.
Because, when we get out here and start robbing and stuff, I want to be a part of it. And whatever day that is, I probably
call me.
Call me because I don't even think I'm a drive. He talking about I don't even think I'm a drive. I'm gonna catch a ride.
He wants to be involved.
But I was like, what in the world? And I thought he was joking, but he looking dead at the camera. He ain't even.
He's serious. Yes,
He's serious.
Shucks,
Gerard, man, it's gotten to a point now, and this is 25 years into the new century, and as a guy that's in his early 70s now, man, I am just surprised that, well, I guess I shouldn't be, but it's just taken so long for me to understand how the world is. Not only this country, but all around the world with the new technology that is, come upon the scene over the last 20 years, because everybody's able to touch each other, no matter where you are.
But I don't see how we're having a conversation about, I really don't understand how the flipping of information is just okay when we're hearing over and over and over and over about this monstrosity of a ballroom that is bigger than the White House itself.
Don't worry, it's still happening even in the middle of the government shutdown.
You're doing a $300 million demolition and rebuild. That's not even a renovation. That's a whole new rebuild. But yet we're still talking about how much money is going to cost us
Mm-hmm.
in this situation that we're in now with, not having food for kids, not
For
having
kids,
food for
yeah.
the elderly, not having
Yeah.
food for those that need it the most. But we building a $300 million ballroom that's gaudy.
Yeah. Yeah, even after the president mentioned that they weren't going to, affect the White House itself, they said parts of the White House is also being torn down because the thing is so expansive that they need the room.
Mm-hmm.
And, we are at a point now where, this president is telling people things that he wants to tell, and it's like he's daring anybody to say that they're going to go against him, because we're finding out that Congress people are all turning their heads when he says anything, and acting as if they don't hear him, but they're not going against him. They're letting him do whatever he wants to do. It's like they're all afraid that if they say the wrong thing, that he'll take it out on them,
Yeah.
and they may not be found in their seat of Congress where they are.
I
So
really think that
it's
the majority of them are waiting to see what's going to happen with the midterm elections, which I'm hoping that'll be too late for all of them.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Well,
And maybe that'll be something that'll change the direction of the country, because right now, man, it just seems as though people are on pins and needles trying to figure out what's going to happen next, and it doesn't seem to be anything good. So, man, look, I appreciate y'all bringing this out, especially Dr. Shepard, letting everybody know that those things are on everybody's mind, and we need to be conscious of what's going on, not only here in our city, but throughout the country, where things are going to definitely be in an uproar in the next few weeks, with November, being only a few days away.
Ain't that
So
something
thank you
to
for
say,
what
too, that November is just a few days away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But look, Gerard, y'all were talking about the NIL thing a little while ago. I was in college back in the early mid '70s, and of course, none of this stuff was there. But everybody knew, and the word was always out there that all of these larger schools were paying these guys under the table anyway.
Right.
The better athletes were all getting paid to go, even into the early 21st century, when the guy that got drafted by the Saints, the running back from USC, where they were talking about all the stuff that he had gotten, when he was in college, the cars and his parents' home and all this other stuff. And all that stuff was going on all the way up until the 21st century. And, now what's happened is they are all, everything's out in the open now. Instead of being under the table, they're just paying these guys up front. And, I understood that the guy for the LSU, the quarterback, that they paid him $3 million this year. The state and college
That's
and
that
quarterback.
NIL. That's that NIL money.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how crazy it is. All these guys are getting paid, and I think even the lowliest guy on the team, they have something set up where all these guys are getting, a few dollars a month, $1,000 a month minimum maybe, and they're paying everybody. So it doesn't matter who it is. They all are getting part of the apple, and it's not going to change unless Congress or somebody decides that this thing is not right. But there's no longer any amateur situation. Everybody is paid like like the pros. So it's just something that's happened and evolved.
Something sounds like to me it's better to be in college than it is to be a pro.
That's what they're saying. They're saying now that a lot of these young people are taking money, and a lot of them are making more money being in college that they would make if they were out, working a regular job. And how much you're gonna earn in a lifetime? $1 million, $1.5 million, maybe. But you can make that, in 2 or 3 years of college. So why not do it? And that's what they're doing. Yeah. So anyway, y'all keep up the good work, and I'll talk with you soon. Okay.
All right. Good to hear from you, Don. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. All right, bye-bye.
He said he liked my topic. I saw you rolling your eye. His eyes just came down, Don. His eyes just came back
I'm
to earth.
glad you went to the music, man. I'm just glad you went to the music.
Jumping Jack Flash.
Thank you for jumping in right now. Because
it's a good topic.
I ain't finished.
And also, what do I know about the NIL?
You know a lot. Don't you know a lot?
I'm learning.
We got to go to break. News is next, y'all. We coming back. Hold on, Galloway.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Maryland's Black Attorney General Anthony Brown and 22 others are urging the USDA to clarify how SNAP benefits will continue during the government shutdown. In a letter to Secretary Brooke Rollins, they warned of harm to children, seniors, and veterans and said emergency funds should be used to keep benefits flowing. A man wearing a Nazi uniform is accused of attacking a woman in Athens, Georgia. According to the student paper, The Red and Black, he allegedly hit her in the face with a beer glass outside of Cutter's Pub. The woman said she tried to remove his swastika armband before the assault. And the Kentucky GOP is investigating a video posted by Hardin County Republicans that depicted Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. The state party called the post vile and reprehensible, promising action against those involved. County Chair Bobby Coleman apologized, saying the video was meant to praise Trump as a Lion King and admitted she had not considered its racist implications. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out exactly what you was talking about.
The news story that they just ran.
I wasn't listening because you were pointing at that and I was trying to read. You know I can't multitask.
Oh, I be multitasking.
Yeah, you be multitasking. I'd be like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Welcome back, folks. It is Monday afternoon. Time to get off work. The lady is in the building, the doctor extraordinaire.
Hello, everyone.
Dr. Shepard is here. Galloway, what's happening with you, doctor?
What's going on, Brother G?
You the man, brother.
Oh, no. What's going on, Miss Dr. Shepard?
Hi, Galloway. How you doing?
I'm good. Y'all talk about two things that I ain't got. Money and money.
Money.
I ain't got a dime. But that's all right, though, brother. You talking good stuff, though, man. That NIL, gee, I'm old enough to remember SMU when they got the death penalty. Remember when they was paying Eric Dickerson all that money when he came to class with a Trans Am, like Smoking the Bandit?
Mm-hmm.
So these folks been crooked and paying money for a long time. What it is now, what I always try to tell these young men that's getting this NIL money, because is the big problem why you will have an athlete that will choose LSU over Southern. I can sit on the bench at LSU and possibly make up to $1 million, where I can go to Southern and their NIL deal is not as lucrative as that. Now, I'm going to get my playing time at LSU, but it may not just be right then.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that sticks out to a lot of these young men that they don't understand, the tax man cometh and the tax man taketh.
Right.
You got to have some financial literacy when you're dealing with this NIL money. You better understand the contract that you signed. It's a young man in Florida. He didn't understand the contract that he was signing with his NIL deal.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, this man is something like almost 20 years that he's tied to this NIL deal. See, the NIL deals don't go away after you leave college if you don't do the NIL deal right. So
well, what you do is before you sign it, you make sure that you got your CPA with you.
You got to. A lot of them don't. You got folks, trust me, you got folks that are just signing anything just because it's money. And I keep telling them, bro, all money ain't good money.
Right.
But it is a plus. We've all been to college. We know how hungry you get on a Wednesday night at 7:30, 8 o'clock, that cafeteria closed and you ain't got no money. You know, and unless you know how to hustle, you gonna be hungry.
Right.
And so a lot of these athletes are signing not just because they hungry, it's because it's lucrative. Was it Texas Tech? I think they got almost a $10 million NIL roster. Texas A&M, every offensive lineman get at least $1 million. So the big schools, that's why you will see athletes not choosing the HBCUs. And I tell the HBCU people all the time, every Wednesday I give away 2 tickets to an HBCU game. No more than what 2 tickets cost me, $120.
Mm-hmm.
Still, these people are not going to the HBCU games. Revenue is what moves stuff. The SWAC is about 10 years behind the SEC. The SWAC just got their network this year. SEC network has been going on over 10 years. Another thing is when you get with contracts. Coca-Cola will give LSU a $5 million deal, but they will give HBCU a $1 million deal. Got to find a way to close the gap on that stuff. Coaching-wise, the reason why HBCU coaches don't make that money, they don't generate a lot of money.
Right.
And you can go back to land-grant colleges also, because a lot of HBCUs are owed millions, I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars, because the land-grant money, because of crooked governors, and the institution of higher learning never gave the HBCUs their money. You know, Southern A&M is an agriculture college. That's the only HBCU that grows medical marijuana. Nobody else has that program. Now Southern is starting to get up there. You know, they ain't got a football team ain't working for it, but you know they got some nice life stadiums. I can tell you that much. So
right.
they spend their money somewhere, but it's starting to close, but not close the way it's going to be because of that NIL. Now, the government shutdown you're talking about, I am begging the government to open up, please, because my old lady works for the federal government. She ain't got paid, and I ain't got no money to buy no old English 800. So something has got to shake. I done told her Spades is open, Chi-Chi's is open, go on down to New Orleans, do something. I ain't got no money. I'm telling you. I'm making up a grocery list right now, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna get 3 things out of that grocery list. Old English 800 ain't gonna be one of them.
What?
So, it's hard out here for a young man like myself.
Oh, say it like it's supposed to be said. You ain't no little young man. You trying to be bougie. Hard out here for a pimp. Mm-hmm.
I can't even get no old English. I told them folks, man, I have no idea what they really thinking they're accomplishing besides putting this country more in debt. Folks doing all kind of stuff. Pretty soon, it's going to get this bad. Y'all going to start putting hot dogs in your gumbo. I'm telling you. That's how bad it's going to get pretty soon around here, man.
I am going to try to find this guy that's on, I think that he's on Instagram. If not Instagram, he's on TikTok. And he is serious. Y'all got to let me know when the riot's going to be, when y'all going to go in there and break into these stores and stuff. Because, you know, I might be at work, but I need to be ready to go. I'm telling you, this guy is serious. He young dude. And that scares me because he's serious.
Well, tell them that we'll be calling them soon because it's going to be happening soon.
I don't think that they realize. I really don't think that they realize that, you know, people going to get it how they got to get it.
Oh, definitely. And listen, we all know how the city act.
I think
when they want to go get it, they going to go get it.
Yep.
Houses, you ain't safe. Trader Joe's, whoever, none of y'all are safe when they want to go get what they want to go get. Dollar General, Family Dollar, nobody is safe. Like I say, I just gonna sit back and watch it, and open up the government, please, because my wallet gets a little lighter every day. I ain't seen my debit card since the government shut down.
Yes, indeed.
I'm about to put an APB out on it. But I'm telling you, somebody gonna come up in here in about 2 hours, mad, because she done been to work for 12 hours, almost 12 hours, and ain't got no money to show for it. But my thing is, when they get that back pay, I guarantee you, either I get my money back, I'm going to put my O.J. Simpson throwback jersey on and go to work. Y'all have a good day, bro.
Not the O.J. Simpson throwback. All right, Galloway. Yes, indeed. He said the O.J. Simpson throwback.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that we're going to stay into this shutdown for a while?
Oh, yeah, I think that they want it. I saw a first of all, I think that they want a time when chaos is happening. They can blame it on the Democrats. They say that they were holding out for something that is already there, that they were holding out because the Democrats wouldn't give them no immigrants having access to health care, but immigrants already can't have access to, Medicaid, Medicare funds. They're already barred. So the thing that they want is something that they already have. I recall us having a government shutdown about this very same kind of struggle before with Obama when they were saying that they wouldn't shut down the government, or they wanted to shut down the government over whether or not women would have access to Medicaid funds for abortions through Obamacare. And there was already um, written language in order to be able to say, no, they can't. Like, that's already a thing. There's already a stipulation about that. It's called the Hyde Amendment. But because Republicans wanted that, they went to go shut down the government. So I think that this is the same kind of territory. They want something that is already there. They're able to trick their audience, their supporters, into thinking that it's not there. It is productive for them for us to be shut down because it means that we can't do anything. You can't contest anything. Everything has to go on that they've already just been hammering in. And I saw something about they are crafting a new healthcare bill or a piece of healthcare legislation that the Republicans want as they're on break. And so that means that when it comes back in, they'll be able to just railroad things through. And additionally, the Speaker of the House does not want to bring in that woman who just won the seat.
They won't swear in.
Because she'll bring the Epstein files to a vote and they'll have to release it. So the longer that the government is shut down, the longer that they have to redact the rest of those files, because they say there's thousands of files and Trump's name is all over them, in addition to all of these other Republicans and Democrats. So they're going to get more time to be able to redact what it is that they need while the government is shut down. And we're dealing with people whose neoliberalism or whatever is that they wind up making money when there's chaos, and they depend on chaos. And if you all start rioting and going to the streets, then that's the reason why they got ICE, what was it, another $70 million worth of weapons last week. So they are using ICE. They're going to use the National Guard. They're investing in war. They're investing in surveillance, which is why flock cameras are popping up everywhere. And they're also investing in jails and prisons. And so if we know that that's where it is that they're putting all of these investments, then you can bet that they're about to go ahead and profit from off of chaos, and they want it to happen.
So that's where we're headed.
Yeah, that's where it's going to be at.
And then?
Turn it back on. And then what?
So are we headed to chaos?
Yes, for sure. That's the reason why the guy was saying when it happens, y'all call me, let me know so I can catch a ride.
You know I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna have Wick to play it on there. I hope I gotta check it out first. I don't think he cursed.
And I mean, we're headed toward more joblessness and, the AI systems and everything like that. We're reaching a new low. And that's what you get. I know people talk about how bad of a businessman Trump is, but you know that there's this brand of neoliberalism where they buy a company and they intentionally drain the company, right? As opposed to, like, we look at the fact that he had all of those bankruptcies and we think, oh, the bankruptcies mean he can't do business.
Let's take all the money and that's
take the money and run.
Right.
And so what if that's what we're seeing is a take the money and run, bankrupting a company as he bankrupts, the nation, pulling all of the funds out of the public into these private sectors where people are going to wind up receiving money for the contracts of what it is that I just said. They're going to receive those government contracts around punishment, surveillance, and war.
But they already got them.
Yes, and they're expanding them. I just said ICE just bought another $70 million and last week, and some of it was in chemical weapons.
Mm.
So I mean, what are they preparing for? Because the only people who would be subject to that, or the only land that would be subject to that, is the United States of America. It's not like ICE is going someplace else to do that. They're not about to unleash chemical weapons in another place. It's going to be here.
For some reason, I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
It's okay. That's why you got me. Remember, good trouble.
No, I don't trust that.
Good trouble.
Oh no, I done seen you in action before. You relentless.
That's good trouble, G.
Okay. But I just don't think that folks are gonna stand for this. You got farmers now that are turning their backs because they're like, wait a minute, we're losing our land, we're losing our crops, and we voted for this dude. Be like, that's what you got,
right?
And now we got folks that are looking around and saying, well, we voted for him too. I wonder what's the total number. I need to look it up.
Well, Trump said this will be the last time you have to vote, because didn't the people who own the voting machines, a Republican company just bought them, right? So it was the last time they had to vote. That party got what they needed from those people. They leveraged racism against them the same way they always do all the time, and they went for it.
So what do we do? Sit back?
You know I'm not a fan of sitting back. I think you have to take it to the streets. That's what I think. I think you have to take it to the streets. I think you need backdoor deals. I think that, shucks. We can talk about what it is that the Republicans and that the conservatives are doing as though it's just all above board. But what we also know is that, they just bombed the judge's house not too long ago. Remember, the judge's house exploded?
Firebomb. Yep.
They firebombed her house. Remember the representative, her and her husband were shot and killed answering the door.
Nancy Pelosi's husband hitting the head with a hammer from some lunatic.
Okay, so I think that we would have to be able to apply pressure to these structures in ways that they understand, and that it's not all just going to be going out and protesting. I think that there has to be major pushback, and I believe that what the guy said is true, that people are going to wind up taking it to the streets in more ways than one, not just in the way where we police each other and say we have to be nonviolent.
Let me find this guy. I'm going to find this guy. I'm gonna see, can we play it?
What you gonna Google? I'm a researcher. Put in there, pick me up for riot.
Yep, it's on Instagram.
Oh, okay. You gonna have to get Wick to share it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Wick so everybody can hear it.
Yeah, we gotta see
if
what
we
you're
can
talking
play
about. Is it a lot of cussing?
I don't know if it's any. I don't think it's any.
I know you can't hear it cussing because you be cussing. I know you can't. You don't. You can't pick it up when you hear it. So maybe we should get Wick to edit it, look it over beforehand. We just play it on the radio.
You trying to weasel out of this one, huh?
I'm just saying that we should trust but verify the video is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you are trying to weasel up out of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Here's the reason why I think it's important for us to really take what he said seriously. Number one, he was really being serious. I think he was really being serious. Number two, is that what it's going to lead to when folks can't get food and sitting around and wondering what they're going to do for their next meal? Will we then be in a state of chaos where folks are looting? I mean, they said we were looting during Hurricane Katrina, but will we be looting for real when we can't get no food?
Not me. I'm going to be liberating food.
I'm sorry?
I'm going to liberate the food. I'm going to free the food, not loot.
You gonna
Not
throw the food at the people? You gonna
I'm
go out?
gonna be liberating.
I do not
want
to see you.
She gonna find it.
Yeah,
I don't want to see
I
her
will
going.
heroically find the food.
You know what that means, right? She gonna be one of them with the mask on and the bandanas on, rushing up into the grocery store, taking us everything off the shelf that she can carry, running out of the grocery store.
She gonna be pulling the J.J. Evans. I'm gonna find it.
I'm gonna have the Robin Hood green
Good
cape.
times.
You don't remember that? What if I find some
And JJ
food?
don't find.
The both of y'all with your good time stories.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna find some food?
I'm gonna find some food.
I mean, that's what that's how they had an article in the paper after Katrina. Here's a young black male seen after looting a store.
Right.
And then they had a white couple. Here's a young white couple seen after finding food.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying, G. And I'm not gonna have all of that on. I'm gonna have on the green Robin Hood cape because I take from the rich and I gives to the poor. Okay, that's what we gonna do.
Hold on, let me call sheriff right now. You're gonna have a visitor.
Everybody send in your bail money.
I just need you to separate her from the general population.
I'm about to save you from yourself right now.
Yeah. Let me get her out of the general population. We're gonna saturate. We're just gonna put you in a cell by yourself, yeah?
I could teach.
I need you to not talk to nobody. Don't say nothing. You have the right to remain silent. Do it.
I would be teaching people.
Don't wait for no
about liberation.
No, ma'am. Liberation. Mm-hmm. No, ma'am. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used in a court of law against you.
The only thing I'm gonna say is call my lawyer and call G. Call my lawyer and call G.
Call my phone, y'all. Call my phone. We're sorry. The number you called has been disconnected and is no longer in service. We got to go to break.
I'm going to need a second contact on him.
Trying to save you, bro.
I know. More coming up, y'all. We got to take a break.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. One of the most lasting images of former NBA superstar Shaquille O'Neal's playing days is him tearing down basketball rims while dunking like they were made of paper. But today, Shaq wants to build, and he's got a new partnership to do it with.
There's a tremendous need in the U.S. for better infrastructure. You know, you see it in your roads, you see it in your airports, your train stations, and I want to help make that change. And, you know, Jack Mel is the partner that can help me do that.
That's Shaq speaking to Bloomberg about why he joined forces with Jack Mel Infrastructure. That's an investment firm that focuses on big construction and utility projects across the country. Shaq joined the company as a founding partner and says he's looking forward to winning big in the infrastructure space.
Every time I win a championship, it's because I have great teammates. You know, one with Kobe, I'm winning in the broadcast with Charles Barkley. So I want to also win a championship in the infrastructure space.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
At Skechers, comfort is a technology. That's right. You don't just make a shoe and hope it comes out comfortable. It takes research, innovations, compounds, engineering, and so much more to feel so comfortable you'd swear you're wearing pillows on your feet. We have features like Skechers Air-Cooled Memory Foam and fits like Relax Fit, Stretch Fit, Wide Fit, Arch Fit, and so many more to make the shoe feel like it was custom-made just for your foot. Plus, we have hands-free Skechers Slip-ins technology. Just step it and go. Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
You've got responsibilities, but that doesn't mean your dreams are on hold. At Southern University at New Orleans, our evening and weekend college is designed with your life in mind. Finish your degree, start a new one, on your time, your degree, your schedule, no excuses, just opportunity. Visit suno.edu and make your next move today.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. I am still looking for this. I can't find it yet, but I'm going to find it before we get out of here today. I'm going to switch gears for a minute. Dr. Shepard's on the way back. She just went to go for a minute and grab her some water. But she'll be right back. I had to bring up the fact that as we talk about, and we've been talking about it, I think for the last week or two, about this budget hearing. And one of the things that I saw, in which it did not come up, and I think that we need to bring this up into the number of dollars that is owed to the city of New Orleans, which is over $100 million, is that the city of New Orleans sued Entergy. Y'all remember that? And we won a lawsuit for over 160 some million dollars. And it was J.P. Morrell who took that money and said, okay, let's give you let's take that money and let's give them a loan for $160 million. And I think what has been sort of and I know this is going to be a big discussion at some point in time if somebody brings it up. I ain't telling everybody to go down to I'm not telling you to go down to city council during the time they talk about the budget and go to the dais and say this. Again, I'm not saying it that you need to do that. I would never put that in the atmosphere for you all to have this conversation, for you all to talk about this at all. I got more, so you.
Let me bring the bell closer.
But I'm thinking to myself, we won a lawsuit for $160 some million from Entergy. What made this council think it was a good idea to take that money and loan it back to them? A multi-billion-dollar Fortune 500 company. Now, the reason what made me bring this up in the first place was because of the fact that over this weekend we saw some sprinkles.
Man.
We saw some sprinkles. We saw a little rainy rain. It was not no, oh my God, we got a tropical storm on the way and we flooded.
No.
But we saw a little rain, maybe 1.8 inches of rain, somewhere in that area. So I got a multi-billion-dollar corporation that's telling me I got this money because guess what we're doing, New Orleans? We're shoring up all of our equipment. We're hardening it up. We're making it better for you. We're doing what needs to be done. We're inviting you to take a look at what we're doing because we're shoring up all of our equipment. It rained. We got maybe 1.5 inches of rain.
Mm-hmm.
How comes 9,000 people with the power out this weekend because of bad weather? 9,000. I lent you $160-some million of my money.
I mean, can we really talk about it, G? Because like Entergy is like a whole thing, right? Like the new data center that's supposed to be in northern Louisiana. Entergy is claiming that they're going to build like another 3 power stations in order to be able to support it. And I just foresee extremely high energy bills and us being with power outages. I don't understand how that project can proceed if we already don't have workable energy. Workable, reliable energy. You're quiet. See, the thing is, you're not supposed to get quiet. You're not supposed to get quiet. I'm supposed to get quiet.
No, you ain't supposed to get quiet either.
You're supposed to host and help me get out of this predicament in my mind.
So, but how do we lend our money? That's our money. So okay, go back.
I'm going back.
When this happened, the power company was being sued because our rates were too high. That's our money. That ain't the city's money. You pay. This was supposed to be either taken off my bill as a credit, or you're supposed to be sending me a check. But you all took the money that was sued by this corporation and said, oh, we're going to lend it back to you. What? And a loan is supposed to be paid back, right?
Yes.
But y'all talking about taking that money and hardening up the system.
Did they pay interest on the loan?
I don't even know if we got a payment yet. But we talking about how much money Sewage and Water Board owes. My question is, out of that money y'all lent them, since you're the regulator, how much money have they paid back?
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not even coming up. You took out a loan. When was the first payment due? I haven't heard that come off of the dais at City Hall one time. Have you?
No, I have a question, G. I saw about Sewage and Water Board also having money that they could be calling in that they haven't called in.
87 million, 87.5 million.
What you think about that?
That's what I just said. They owe money too, but that's from the state. Because remember, Sewage and Water Board is not a local entity. It is a state entity.
So what you're saying is that with the money from Sewage and Water Board and with the money that we have given to Entergy, then we would have enough money to fix.
We could buy our own system. The money we've lent Entergy, the money that we owe from the Sewage and Water Board, the $20 million that went to Loyola. I was like, how do y'all lend? How did they put together a proposal that we give them $20 million to do a system, $655 million proposal to fix Charity Hospital up? Like, what? They want, Loyola wants, I'm sorry, Tulane. Tulane wants Charity Hospital. They put together a program, a proposal to say that they're going to do this for, and the cost is $655 million.
That's wild.
We have an investment of $20 million in it. And they gave him the money. My question is, did you all look at the financials of the college?
A child with $655 million, they could just pay it to the citizens so we won't get sick.
No. But
they could do general health and wellness, and then we wouldn't even need the damn hospital.
But understand this. As you look at the financials of the college, the educational facility, they've got over $2 billion in assets and endowments. What are we giving you $20 million for? That's a pea in the bucket. Let's say the whole program that you all put together is valued at $655 million with no start date, no end date, no guarantees of repayment. What's our investment for that $20 million? And who okayed that? And why did y'all vote on it? Y'all just throwing money out to be throwing money out. I want to know, what's that uptown connection that y'all got? When you ain't got no money. Y'all gave him $20 million? Give him back my money. You better have my money.
I'm going to type up what you said and submit it as public comment.
Okay. Oh, no, not you.
I can't.
Because I know you'll go to the, I know you'll go and do
I'm going to say, B better have my money.
So, all this money, and we going to the bond commission to try to borrow money from the state when it's already been stated. You had the lieutenant governor that says, you know what? We won't take over the French Quarter. We think that should be like the City Park. City Park is a state entity. So y'all already want to make the French Quarter a state entity. So is the Montreal Convention Center. It's a state entity already. So if I'm going to the State Bond Commission to get $125 million, what you think they're going to say? Yeah, we give it to you. Sure, we give it to you. But there's a but.
A big butt.
Booty butt.
A big booty butt.
We need to take over and give us back French Quarter. So we going up there to Baton Rouge and do a tap dance. A Mr. Charlie tap dance. Hey, Mr. Charlie, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Charlie? Well, let me talk to you about this money that when you all have money that is owed to this city, and you okay to put some damn lights on a bridge, $10 million and $10 million. That's another $20 million. Oh, they ain't including that nobody talked to good old Jeff and said, Jeff, buddy Jeff, let's not use that $16 million to put the homeless people out there off of France Road.
Oh, my, that encampment, that homeless encampment cleanup he allegedly did.
Just so that Taylor Swift won't be able to see the homeless people.
Yeah.
Y'all don't think that Taylor Swift has ever seen a homeless person?
No, they didn't want all of the people who were coming to the concert.
You don't think that those people feel what?
To feel offended, because everything right now is about making sure that white people feel comfortable. At least white moms and their daughters and, that kind of thing. That money is being spent for that. Also, you never know who got the contracts. So
they're buddies.
Exactly. So I'm like I said, they profit from chaos.
So here we go. We're having problems getting money. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the problem, I think part of the problem, I'll put it that way. Part of the problem to me should not be finding the money. The other part of the problem is before I put this money in these fools' hands, I need somebody to be able to look over that money to make sure that we're not misspending the people's dollars and come forth and say, this is what we're going to do. We're not anywhere, to me, in my assessment, we are not in somebody's back pocket with can't get no money. We're not getting the money that is owed to us by these folks. And what's even worse to me is the fact that I got to go through all my paperwork now as a city council person to figure out who owe us money. And now that you owe the money and you sitting up here trying to figure out how you're not going to get everybody out of not having to say, well, we can't give you a paycheck for Christmas. No, I need you to be able to say, hey, we got our money. It's in our rainy day fund or whatever. And you should not have to sit up here and say, let's pull the note now that we ain't got no money. No, I need to know that how you going to manage this money before you daggone call it. Because if you don't know how to manage the money, I'd rather for the money to stay right where it is until we can get the people that we know how to manage that money and be able to say it's safe. Am I wrong?
No, you're correct. All right, everybody, and that's it for today's show. No, I think that you're very much correct. I think that they have a few people on the line who want to share their ideas.
Wait
about
a minute,
this.
you passed that by?
No, of course I think that you're correct. I think that, well, I wouldn't say leave the money there, right? But I would say that.
Oh yeah, I like for it to leave them there. Don't put that money in. No, they call the general fund here in New Orleans the black hole. Once it go in, you more than likely ain't gonna be able to find it. Don't put it in the black hole. Leave it where it is until somebody can tell me where it's going. Who's overlooking it? And I'm gonna just call them out while I'm calling them out. I'm very concerned the fact that we are paying over $200,000 and $5 million a year in the budget for an office of inspector general who is quiet as a mouse peeing on cotton. And your job is to make sure that misspending and governmental issues is not going to happen. And he ain't said one damn word.
I didn't know that was his job. I didn't know we had that. You mean that money's always missing? That's so crazy.
That's his job, to make sure that there's not any misspending of governmental monies. There's nothing going on with our money. That is his job. He is supposed to look after governmental spending and all of that. And I have not heard it one time. Have you?
No. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. Miss Jones?
Yes. Good afternoon to you all and to the listening audience.
How you doing?
Good afternoon.
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. I'm not going to complain too much, but because there's enough to do. But just a thought. New Orleans being a big bankroll for this state, known all over the world. They don't know anything about Baton Rouge. You think eventually we want to make New Orleans the capital of Louisiana?
You asking or you saying it?
I'm asking and bringing to attention.
Miss Jones, that'll never happen. No.
No, I think that you're supposed to have the capital is supposed to be removed from the biggest city, because if there was ever a problem, you don't want for your biggest city and your capital to go at the same time. So I think it was like strategic, because this was the capital at one point, and then they moved it to Baton Rouge.
Minutes.
Yeah,
a couple of minutes.
I know that.
But with so many irregularities, tearing down part of the White House, just doing anything, expect anything, even in the state of Louisiana, all over. I wouldn't be surprised at anything. And, here in New Orleans, they bring a good bit of the money to the city. It's shared all over the state. People need to stop contributing. Don't play not another jazz music or cook another pot of gumbo. Stop it.
It sounds like you
can't.
calling for a general strike.
Exactly. Strikes did work.
Mm-hmm.
Strike did work because if you notice, the restaurant is known for restaurant, but that food is not the original New Orleans cooking.
Mm.
Far from it. It's all over base. I'm not a big cook in my family. My first cousins, they did good. My mother and my aunt. And I told them I could wash dishes for them while they cook. But it's gone. Even I know the difference. And at one time, before Katrina, they started using the expression Cajun cuisine, Cajun this.
Yeah.
And I told somebody, watch, they're trying to down the Creole cooking. And Creole doesn't necessarily have to be light skinned. It could be anything. Because my grandmother's darkest days is fate, and she spoke the broken French.
Right. Creole is a culture, not a race.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder, there's so many irregularities that are happening across the borders about money, control, and you know what I've been saying for a long time, G. You know what I've been saying for a long time.
Mm-hmm. It
All
sure
this
is.
falling, it is, because, like, the president, he's a robot. Probably outside of this country is having influence. He's just a robot. And this governor is following his footsteps. He has realized Trump probably can't stand him. He's a little red Cajun boy.
Well, we feel the same way. Thank you so much, Miss Jones, for calling in.
You're welcome. You all are quite welcome. I'm going to continue listening.
All right. We got to take a break, and we'll be back.
AURN News.
Across America, frustration with Washington is hitting a breaking point. The government shutdown, now the second longest in U.S. history, has ground to a halt while both parties dig in and millions of families brace for fallout. A new Gallup poll shows Congress's approval has plunged to just 15%, one of the lowest ever recorded. Half of Americans blame Republicans for the shutdown, but Democrats aren't escaping blame. The numbers climb as voters say they're tired of finger pointing. At the center, health care. Democrats want to protect Affordable Care Act subsidies and reverse nearly $1 trillion in Medicaid cuts. Republicans control Congress and the White House, but even some GOP pollsters admit the issue could hurt them if subsidies expire before open enrollment next month. More than 40 million Americans could lose food assistance by month's end if the shutdown continues. And public anger is strong and headed for both parties. For these stories and more, go to AURN.com or follow me across social media at Ebony McMorris.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
It is certain in any case that ignorance, allied with power, is the most ferocious enemy justice can have. Phenomenal advocate and author James Baldwin wrote those words in his essay, No Name in the Street, in 1972. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where America is today. Ignorance, allied with power, made even worse by indifference. Baldwin wrote this about indifference. He said, quote, "Neither love nor terror makes one blind. Indifference makes one blind." Baldwin is talking about our blindness to the humanity in our fellow man. You know, I thought a lot about Baldwin as I reflected upon the hateful and hurtful words spoken by several members of the Young Republican organization uncovered in an investigation by Political News. Words that dehumanize, words that vilify, hateful language against minorities, including jokes about slavery, disparaging homophobic language, and anti-Semitic diatribes. One message even expressed a love for Hitler. The vitriolic language has resulted in widespread condemnation and the firing of several Young Republican organization officials and the subsequent disbandment of several chapters of the organization. However, and this is a big however, there was no condemnation to be found at the highest level of the Republican Party. Vice President J.D. Vance even attempted to downplay the incident as, just kids making jokes. Those kids he's referring to were ages 25 to 35. This is the ignorance allied with power of which James Baldwin wrote about, and the indifference which renders one blind to human decency and respect for others. Perhaps it was indifference or ignorance or both that led President Trump to nominate far-right lawyer Paul Ingrassia to lead the office of special counsel. Ironically, Political News also uncovered racist text messages attributed to Mr. Ingrassia. One of them saying, quote, "The holiday honoring the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. should be tossed into the seventh circle of hell," end quote. Ingrassia withdrew his nomination after at least 4 Republican senators, including the majority leader, said they would oppose him. The White House has been quiet about it so far. But it surprises me that so little attention has been drawn to these dangerous, divisive voices of inhumanity. In this crisis of hateful dysfunction, we need someone like James Baldwin to revive the soul of America. Baldwin was right then, he is right today. It is up to us to call out such evil. Black leaders, are you listening? This is Norman Robinson off the top.
Hey, this is Steve Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 AM or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer. Listen to longer.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think, maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com. NOLA Zydeco Fest is on Saturday, November 1st at Heritage Park in Slidell, featuring great artists like Rusty McTwire, Lil Nate, Wayne Singleton, Dwayne Dopsy, Cubby Carrier, and more. Go to NOLAZydecofest.com for 2-for-1 tickets, gumbo cook-off details, line dance lessons by Game Over Skip, and more. Zydeco Fest is all about family. Kids 12 and under get in free. See you at Heritage Park in Slidell on November 1st for NOLA Zydeco Fest.
Come on down. Yeah, bring your bees.
Ever notice that everyone always wants more of a good thing? More rewards, more savings, more special offers? Well, when you become a new member of the Fuel Rewards program at Shell, that's exactly what you get, more. Join today to save 10 cents per gallon on your first fill, 20 cents on the second, and 30 cents on the third. Then enjoy everyday savings afterwards. Want more? Then head to Shell where members get more.
Offer valid from 4/21/25 through 10/31/25 at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com/join25 for more information.
I'm Dr. Keith C. Ferdinand, cardiologist and professor of medicine at Tulane University here in New Orleans. I tell all of my patients to get the flu vaccine. Why? Because the same patients who are at risk for heart disease, obesity, hypertension, diabetes, chronic kidney disease are at risk of getting sick and even dying with the flu. Protect your health. Be flu ready NOLA, y'all. For more information, visit healthyheartcpp.org.
If someone asks,
Yeah!
let them know you listen to WBOK.
Here we go!
The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. James, what's happening?
What's happening? Real fast, y'all. Yes, New Orleans was the capital twice in its existence, and it can be done again. So never say never. Second, I agree with you, G. I don't want to give up no booty without getting a contractual agreement as to what's gonna happen after I give it up. You heard me? Because Billy Nungesser, he see the money coming in and out.
Yeah.
Remember, that's why Mitch came and ran for mayor, because he was the lieutenant governor, and he watched all that money, and the first thing he did was put a freeze on everything when he came in the door, so he could see what hit the table and how to distribute it. Third, remember, when he came in the door and he did this, and this is what I was talking about getting rid of when I said what I said a few weeks ago, that's all them lieutenant positions, all them lieutenant spots, they was built to protect the chief.
Mm-hmm.
And people started falling off. Those are spots that are still on the books now. Gotta be. Get rid of them. All them deputies, lieutenant this, get rid of them. That's unnecessary. That was never had before this man came into the door.
You talking about Mitch?
Now,
you talking about Mitch
Mitch,
with the?
that's right. That's right.
The mayors,
So we ain't
the other
talking
mayors.
about,
Yeah.
Yep, deputy mayors, deputy of this, deputy of that, lieutenant this, lieutenant that.
I think that is gone.
Yeah, no.
That's gone.
All right, well that's a start. And then, last but not least, because I'm up on it. Again, I don't want to give up nothing without a clear understanding. No mean no, damn it. So they should ask us if we want to take a bind from the state before we take anything from the state. Have a good one.
All right, brother. Appreciate it, James. All right, say it. Say it. We lost him? All right.
He said he not giving it up without a contractual agreement.
And he said, don't give him no booty.
No booty.
That's what it is. No booty.
And that's it for today's show. That was perfectly timed.
No booty.
Not giving it up.
I had other words to say, man.
I know you do, but time is up.
I'm going to leave it alone. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. We appreciate everybody. Why are you shaking your head? I'm trying not to even look at you.
But you knew I was shaking it, though.
Always good to see you, my dear.
Always.
All right, y'all. We'll see you later on tomorrow. Join us 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time for all of our folks on the East Coast or West Coast. We will see you then. Y'all be good.